कामा च विमूढभावो दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमिदृन्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिप्रीतमना पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य Sanjaya Uvacha Iti Arjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayam Ashabhuya Asha Ashvashayam Ashacha Bhitamenam Bhutva Puna Somyavapur Mahatma Arjuna Uvacha Drishtvedam Manusham Rupam Tava Somyam Janardhana Idanim Asmi Samvritta Sacheta Prakritim Gata Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sudurdarsham Idam Rupam Drishtavan Asiyan Mama Deva api asya rupasya Nityam darshana kankshina Naham vede na tapasa Nadanena cha chechaya Shakya evam vido drishtum Drishtavan asimam yatha Bhaktya tva ananyaya shakya Ahamevam vidorjuna Kyatum drashtum cha tatvena Praveshtum cha parantapa Matkarma krin matparamo Madbhakta sanghavarjita Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu Yasamameti pandava Hare Krishna. So we'll speak some concluding aspects what Krishna is speaking in this particular universal form. Speaking from verse number 49, right? Arjuna has been bewildered seeing this fierce Vishwaroop form. And Krishna is saying, he's saying that, my dear Lord, I'm very perturbed. Perturbed means? What is perturbed? Disturbed. Right? And the second thing is bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of Krishna is saying this horrible feature of mine. Oh my dear Arjuna, let this be finished. And my devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. So what we learn here is one of the reasons why it becomes difficult to take shelter of Krishna. We all understand that we should be Krishna conscious. Raise your hand if you understand that we should be Krishna conscious. Everybody understands. But still, there is a gap between what we know and what is reality. And what is the reason the gap is there? The first thing is we are all undergoing some disturbance in our lives, some perturbing situations in our lives. And everybody will have something with health, something with wealth, something with relationships, something with so many other aspects, right? And at different times, different things perturbing. But at this point of time, also, if you take a moment in your consciousness and reflect, what is it that is perturbing you? There may be many, but still there are one or two, or maybe one, which is creating a sense of uncertainty and fear in our lives. And we are just thinking, how will I cross over this, right? We're dealing with people, very happy dealing with people externally, but there is a fear in the heart of a disturbance that has been stirred up, and we have a concern, how would we free ourselves from this fear? I'm saying very particular, like, you just do a moment reflection, and I think we will immediately realize there's something that's creating, you know bewilderment means confusion. How to go over it? When that situation comes, how will I go through it? Or will I be able to go through it? Will it lead to something positive, or will it lead to a disturbance greater than what we started with? Many times in life, when you make a decision, you are thinking to do is a problem, to not do is a problem. So, they say, damn you do it, damn you do it, damn you don't. Aage khai, piche khua. Wherever you go, you're going to break your bones. So, how should I break my bones? So, now what is Arjuna fearful about here? What is the fear that Arjuna has, which he has not been able to deal with till now, and he is able to deal with right now? What is the fear from the beginning of the Gita he has? Huh? With whom he didn't want to fight and with whom he didn't want to kill. More specifically, actually, a general problem is not such a big problem. A specific problem for us is a big problem. Makes sense what I'm saying? A war is happening all over the world. I'm unhappy. But a war is happening in my house. It is too perturbing. Even though there is no war outside. But if there's a warring situation, specifically I'm involved in my relationships, that is going to be very difficult. So Arjuna's fear and perturbance is because he has to. What is the specific thing Arjuna is fearful about? Okay, more specific. Which family member? Yes. He has to kill his own lovable Bhishma grandfather. And he has to kill his own guru, Drona. He has understood, Krishna, you're the supreme personality of Godhead. You're all in all, be all and end of all. But when the situation will come in my life that I will have to fight Bhishma and Drona, still I am left in a confusion. How will I do it? How will I face my family and face Bhishma and Drona specifically, basically our attachments, and I have to kill them? How will I do it? No, no, no. Arjuna was very attached to them. He was very emotionally, personally, lovingly attached to Bhishma. Bhishma is like his father. He was fatherless. Pandu had left by the time Arjuna had been born. So all the loving affection, security, everything he received is from Bhishma. Whatever Arjuna is today is because of Bhishma's love. And whatever Arjuna is about qualification, it is because of Drona's love. These are the two people जिनके प्रेम के सिंचन से वो बड़ा हुआ है. Now them he has to kill, which is the problem he has from the chapter 1, which Krishna is trying to motivate him and make him responsible in so many ways. And he's bringing him to the conclusion of how, you know, Krishna is the be all and end of all. But still, when that situation comes and I have to fight Bhishma and Drona, how will I face them? Makes sense what I'm saying? In all our lives, we have such disturbing situations. Okay, I'm a devotee. I know Krishna is around, but what about the situation? And because we become so perturbed by the situation, it becomes very difficult for us to surrender to Krishna. Because we lack clarity. So we are busy planning, busy thinking, worrying about our situations. You may be going through life, but there'll be a gnawing, or there'll be a noise constantly. What will happen of that situation? Specific one in my life. Each of us have it, right? My career, my future, my family, my children, my this, my that, right? And here, Arjuna's that fear has gone away. What did he see in Vishwarup that his fear went away? Fine, everyone is going inside, but who was going inside? Bhishma and Drona were going inside. That is a specific thing he saw, along with Duryodhan and Pati. Duryodhan and Pati being killed by this, he is very happy. But he saw Bhishma and Drona being killed by the Vishwarup's sharp teeth. Right? So, what did Arjuna understand? Arjuna understood that I am not the doer, Krishna is the doer. I am anxious because I think I have to maintain this creation. I have to make things happen. So, how will I do it? And I'm so limited. That is why we fear. Right? If everything was in our control, but it's not so. So, because we have taken everything in our hands and we want to fix this creation or fix this particular situation, there is fear. क्या मैं कर पाऊंगा? क्या मैं कर पाऊंगी? But here Arjuna is seeing in the Vishwaroop that Krishna is actually handling the situation. Krishna is telling, my dear sir, I am the person who makes things happen. And what do you need to do, Arjuna? Just become my instrument and do your duty of fighting as a Kshatriya. But who is going to kill them? Krishna. He said, I'm going to kill them. And why is Krishna decided to kill Bhishma and Drona? More specifically, why Bhishma and Drona, Arjuna said, Krishna says they have to die. Okay, so what if they saw it? Yes. When Mother Draupadi was being disrobed, Abala, in front of them, they did not act. They had capacity to act, they did not act. Yes. So they were siding adharma, and by being silent and not acting, they were not only siding adharma, they were sanctioning adharma. So they become the culprits. So for this reason, Krishna has already decided that my devotee Draupadi has been offended, and this Kuru Shreshthas were responsible to protect, but they did not. That is why Krishna decided, because they were on the side of adharma, sanctioning it and silenced with it, they have to die. So Arjuna understood why this predicament has happened in my life. Why Drona and Bhishma are on the opposite side, and why they have to be killed, and how it is justifiable. Krishna, through this Vishwaroop Darshan, has explained how he is going to get involved to make it happen. Is also giving him the understanding and justification of why it should be, and that is his decision. And Arjuna, understanding this principle, knows that I just have to do my part of being an instrument, do my dharma for Krishna. करने वाला कौन? Krishna. No, he's not. He has understood. He has understood that they have gone wrong, so they're going to be punished. That is Krishna's decision, and Krishna has already punished them as Kala Purusha. They were present? Yes, but they had lost in the gambling match by Dharma. The whole Mahabharat is a discussion about what to do, what not to do. As husbands, we have to go and protect our wife. But because we have been sold out to Duryodhan in the gambling match, we have become his slaves. So, as a slave to the master, we have no freedom to act. And as a husband of Draupadi, we have to act. And the bewilderment whether to act or not act based on two dharmas simultaneously working together, they couldn't take a decision. And in life, many a times, this is what keeps us from taking decisions. इनको भी संभालना है, इनको भी संभालना है, ये भी धर्म है, ये भी धर्म है, क्या करूं? Makes sense what I'm saying? So Bhishma Drona were also caught up kind of in the situation. But they did not act. An insult to Draupadi happened, who is a great Vaishnavi. So Krishna decided, because they have sided and sanctioned, they shall die. Now you may say, even the Pandavas should die, because they also did not act. So for that Krishna says, because you are connected to Draupadi, if I kill all of you, then who will rule? And Draupadi will become more punished. But obviously, Krishna wanted the Pandavas to rule. They are the sons of Dharma personified. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? That all of us are put into perturbing, disturbing situations, and we get checkmated by those situations, not knowing what to do. And we're just praying, how will we pass this situation? So, what is the antidote of that situation? Like Arjuna saw the Vishwaroop, which is showing that everything is actually the ownership of Krishna, and everything is taking place by the factor of time. The creation, the destruction, the maintenance of every situation. हमारे हाथ में only क्या है? It is going to happen anyways. Whether you interfere or you don't, it is going to happen by the force of time. And Krishna is that force of time who is going to make it happen. So I have actually no control. Krishna has all the control. And best thing for me is to be in Krishna's control and act for him. This is a principle that we need to learn if you want to deal with our fear. There is no other way of dealing with fear. You have to let it go by depending on Krishna. Arjuna is not able to alleviate his fear until this point where he is seeing Krishna as the Kala Purush making it happen. That means whatever has to happen in my life, my Lord, it is your sanction. You are the most judicious person and you will do whatever is the most appropriate based on what I have done or what I deserve to. We have a fear whether we can bring justice. But if you know the supreme justice person is going to actually deal the situation, you know it's going to be fair. It's going to be judicious. Krishna is going to act. Right? So Arjuna is able to alleviate his fear, abhaya, bhay se pare ho rahe hain by taking shelter of abhaya. That is Krishna. So even in our lives, when difficult situations come, we have to understand I am not in control, but Krishna is in full control. It is not that the enemies have taken force or the world powers have taken force. No, sir. Krishna is the ultimate influencer. Unless he desires, unless he sanctions, even a leaf will not move. So by seeing the Vishwaroop, Arjuna understands this, and we need to understand even in our life. It is not within our control, but it is fully in Krishna's control. And Krishna is going to do what is most judicious and appropriate. For Arjuna, Krishna revealed, and for us, he will reveal through time. And what do I need to do? I need to do what Krishna would like me to do. Do my duty and bhakti as a servant of Krishna. This is the formula. Many a times we want things to be fixed, things to happen in a particular way, but we have to know, no, it is not in my control to make it happen or not make it happen. It's like, how will our children grow? How will my business grow? How will the situations in the world grow? Any control? No control, sir. But it's all in Krishna's control. And he will do what's most judicious and appropriate. And I have to do my part as a duty responsible for whatever I have been given. Knowing very well it is not my work that's going to make it happen. It is Krishna's sanction and Krishna's doing that's going to make things happen. Right? And this is a fact. And this is a very important teaching that we need to learn. Because today all the people are stressed, depressed, suicidal, all because of this. They think they are not able to control. They are not able to control the situations and things, and that makes them nervous. That makes them stressed and depressed. And because of the stress and depression, they cannot do what they can do also. When you are nervous, stressed, and depressed, you cannot even do what you can do. You become dysfunctional. And each of us, subtly or grossly, we undergo this phenomenon. Yes. So what is the way out? The way out is to understand who is actually in full control. And that is Krishna. Krishna is in full control and he's going to make things happen. He's showing to Arjuna. Arjuna is the greatest warrior in the whole world and he's not able to control his situations. But the fear and bewilderment is because Arjuna is constantly thinking, how will I do it? How will I do it? How will I do it? And here he understood that I can't do it, only he can do it. You have to lose control to get control. Till the time we don't lose that, till the time we accept that I cannot make it happen, it is beyond me, we will always be stressed. Krishna is the one who is the owner, proprietor, and controller, and he is the maintainer, and he is going to do what is most auspicious for everyone. And I, as an instrument of Krishna, has to do my part in the family, in my work, in my health, in all my things. And then what will happen as a result? That Krishna will decide. It will be most appropriate. Right? So we have fear of consequences. Fear of how we will face this thing and fear of consequences. But here Arjuna is getting fearless by understanding how Krishna is going to be the cause of the consequences and how Krishna is going to actually make things happen. And I just have to be an instrument. I have to be an instrument as a son. I have to be an instrument as a mother. I have to be an instrument as a father. And I have to be an instrument whichever role I'm playing. To do my part what Krishna would like in that particular role. That is the only thing we need to do in our life. Just do our part and please Guru and Krishna. क्या होगा वो हमारे हाथों में नहीं है. राइट? तो अगर आप अपने धर्म को कर रहे हो और कृष्ण और गुरु को संतुष्ट कर रहे हो, आप 100% राइट हो. And that actually will bring us some detachment also. The fear is also because of attachment. But when you know ठाकुर जी पूरा कंट्रोल में है, then we'll become a little detached. ठीक है भाई, चलाने वाला तो पार्टी ये. हमको लग रहा है कि हम चला रहे हैं स्टीयरिंग, बट एक्चुअली कंट्रोलर भगवान है, राइट? तब आदमी शांत हो सकता है, तभी आदमी शांति से हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कर सकता है। नहीं तो हरे कृष्ण व्हाट विल हैपन? कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम, I think it will happen hare krishna maybe it will not happen, maybe it will happen, right? So Krishna is explaining this subject in our lives, right? So this is the solution for all world's problems, all psychological mental problems. This is the solution. What is the solution? Surrender to Krishna. Draupadi, so much problem, surrender to Krishna. Arjuna problem, surrender to Krishna. We have problem, Krishna, I can't do it. You take charge, I will do my part. That's all. All the pressure will be relieved. Matlab, the one who has influence and the power and ability to make things happen, usko do charge. और आप अपना पार्ट करो. Don't try to become the in charge. Give Krishna the charge of our lives. What did Arjuna do? He gave the reins of his chariot to Krishna. That is what we need to do. Now one may say, Prabhuji, what are you talking? If we give the reins of our life to Krishna, doesn't it mean that we are becoming irresponsible? I am a king, I am a leader, I am so. कृष्ण को दे दूं और कुछ नहीं करूं? नहीं. यहां अर्जुन कुछ नहीं कर रहा है क्या? कृष्ण को दो, क्योंकि करने वाला वही है. फिर with full enthusiasm you kill the Kauravas who have already been killed by Krishna. Right? For example, all of us have come together to build a beautiful temple for Prabhupada. So already Prabhupada has desired and Panchatattva has desired. So we are seeing that it's going to happen. It's happening all over. But I'm saying we can specifically identify where we are involved. Right? Because all over the world when it happens, we are not involved, so उतना feeling नहीं आता है. But जहाँ हम involved हैं, कैसे होगा? So that's how Krishna will act. Krishna will make you concerned, but Krishna will also show that I am doing. So that means His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was telling that, once there's a desire of a pure devotee, there is a desire of Krishna, that is called Satya Sankalpa. कृष्ण का एक और नाम क्या है? सत्य संकल्प. जैसे हम संकल्प लेते हैं, हम करेंगे, वो होता है नहीं होता है? बहुत कम होता है. Right? So many sankalp we take. Some things happen, some things don't. तो हमारा सत्य संकल्प में हमारा संकल्प होता है, और संकल्प के बाद टेंशन होता है तो विकल्प हो जाता है. करेंगे और लग रहा है कि घाटा ज्यादा है, नहीं करेंगे. बट कृष्ण एक बार सत्य संकल्प, एक बार कह दिया होगा. शुद्ध भक्त एक बार कह दिया होगा, मतलब होगा ही. क्योंकि कृष्ण जैसे ही इच्छा करेंगे, उनकी सारी शक्तियां निकल के उसको make it happen. Just like the boss, the owner says, usko, make that arrangement. Immediately all the workers will go and make it happen. So Krishna's parasha shakti is there. So similarly, Krishna has desired, pure devotees have desired, it will happen. So I should not be nervous how it will happen. I should just do my part as an instrument doing my service to Krishna. And the way Krishna works is, when you sincerely do your part, Krishna will make it happen and make you have the credit. I'm saying you lose control to get control. When you think you are in control, we are actually mentally very tired. It becomes exhausting. इसको कैसे संभालूंगा, उसको कैसे संभालूंगा, ये कैसे करूंगा, वो कैसे करूंगा. So basically you have lost control of yourself trying to control. You lost control of your mental self thinking of how to control. Like, sometimes I hear people saying, I had gone to Pune, and one of the neighbor, my mother was telling that lady has gone into depression. And I do not have that experience of what it is like. But depression means, अगर मानिए आप खाई में गिर गए हो, आपको बाहर निकलना है, कैसे निकलोगे? तो कहीं गिर गए हो, गिरना आसान है पर निकलना आपके नहीं है. So you're lost in a situation and you don't know how to come out. That is kind of being in a depression, the situation. Right? So when we actually get perturbed and disturbed by our fears, we get into depression. If you too much worry about them, you will see. Right? But then when we give the charge to Krishna and understand actually he is the one who is going to make it happen, then you get back your mental strength. अच्छा भाई, मेरे को नहीं करना है, क्या होगा नहीं होगा वो ठाकुर जी देखेंगे, मुझे सिर्फ अपना उत्तरदायित्व करना है. Right? You have to become detached from the result, detached from the consequence, and let Krishna act, and then you do your part. This is one of the main teaching of the Gita. Surrender is actually for our good. Right? If it's our good, it is not a surrender means not losing. Surrender means winning. You win by surrendering. You don't lose. In this world, when you say I surrender, it seems you have lost. But in bhakti, you understand when you surrender to Krishna, you win. Right? So this is what Krishna is teaching us here, how to deal with our fear. And this is very important. Each of us have fears, and until we specifically deal with our fear and hand it over to Krishna by consultation of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, we will be stuck in the situation. And then the more you keep pondering over your uncontrolled situation, the hypertension increases. और जैसे जैसे सच्चाई और पास में आ रही है, प्रेशर बढ़ता जाएगा. Right? So ceasefire. Ceasefire means deal with it, taking Krishna's help by the shelter and guidance of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, like Arjuna did here. This has to be done for everyone. And each of us have our own battles. Each of us have our Bhishma and Drona on the other side. The names of the battle and the names of the people may be different, but they're all there that we need to deal with. And here, by this episode of the Vishwaroop, Arjuna has established. Krishna has given him the vision how I am going to be assassinating Drona and Bhishma for what purpose. So Arjuna is relieved. मुझे नहीं मारना है, कृष्ण ही मारेंगे. Right? So this is the lesson that you learn from Krishna saying, okay Arjun, now be free. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. That means you can actually see a higher aspect of Krishna only when you get out of your basic fearful situations. नहीं तो हम भगवान को देख नहीं पाएंगे, या भगवान को देखेंगे पर उनको पहचान नहीं पाएंगे. हरिनाम में भगवान को आश्रय नहीं ले पाएंगे. हमको लगेगा यार मेरे जीवन में अपनी प्रॉब्लम है, उसको सॉल्व करता हूँ. हरिनाम तो करना है क्योंकि करना है, पर वो मेरा आश्रय नहीं है. Make sense what I'm saying? Spiritual life becomes something I need to do for auspiciousness. If I don't do spiritual life, maybe inauspicious things will happen. Something like it does not have like the main rhythm. Why? Because the situation itself is overpowering and overwhelming it. Then we think, अरे पहले तो मेरे को उसको फिक्स करना है. बट जब हम कृष्ण की शरणागति से और गुरु साधु शास्त्र की मदद से उसको फिक्स कर लेंगे, फिर हमें पता चलेगा, अरे एक्चुअली कृष्ण ही तो है आश्रय. You become peaceful and then you can take shelter of Krishna more. You can take shelter of seeing Krishna and becoming blissful. Right? So then Krishna says, okay, Sanjay is telling that now Krishna showed him the Vishnu form, four-handed form. Arjuna said, show me your four-handed form. This form is too fierce. So Vishwaroop is only seeing Krishna's greatness. Do you see any sweetness in Vishwaroop? No. Then you see the Lord Vishnu form, which is greatness and sweetness. First, when you overcome fear by understanding Krishna's greatness, then you can come to a position where you can appreciate Krishna's greatness and also understand a little bit of his sweetness. That's why he says the Saumya Roop of the Lord. The Saumya Roop means the very beautiful form of the Lord. Like, very interesting phenomenon. We look at Krishna, who is so beautiful. Srimati Radharani, who is beautiful. Lord Nitai Gauranga is so beautiful. Radha Madhava is so beautiful. But we don't get charmed. We don't get charmed. We don't get charmed by that beauty. We do get for some time, but then other things charm us more. Okay, when you see the darshan, oh wow, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. That's it. That doesn't capture our consciousness. इस दुनिया की सुंदरता हमको ज़्यादा भाती है. Emotions come for the attraction of this world. Maybe money, maybe wealth, maybe other beautiful people and positions. But Krishna's beauty doesn't charm us. Yes, for a little while. Like even somebody who's not a devotee would see it and yes, so beautiful. But then you don't, just like this is a story of Ramanujacharya, and he was in a procession taking Ranganath, the small deity, the Utsav deity in Sri Rangam. And when he was taking the deity in the procession, he saw one person. His name was Dhanurdas. He was a wrestler. And he was not in the procession, but he was moving, like the procession is moving here and the side, he is moving in a different direction. And what is he doing? He has a girlfriend whose name is Hemamba. And she is walking and he's having an umbrella over her, right? And he's looking at the beautiful eyes of Hemamba and walking backwards, right on the main road. While a procession of Ranganath is going on, Ramanujacharya is leading and thousands of people are moving. Make sense what you're able to picturize? कि पूरी दुनिया चल रही है, रंगनाथ का जुलूस निकल रहा है, जय रंगनाथ. एंड यहाँ पे साइड में this person looking at the beauty of this beautiful girl in the eyes, he's literally drowned in the beauty and he's holding an umbrella and walking backwards. Right? And Ramanujacharya said, what a shameless person. Right in the public. So he sent his disciple, he said, go call that person, Dhanurdas. So he went and knocked on Dhanurdas. He said, no, Ramanujacharya is calling you. So that person came and paid obeisances. He was a cultured person to Ramanujacharya. He said, Ramanujacharya, what are you doing? Lord Ranganath, the beauty personified, he is on a procession and here you are holding an umbrella and enamored by the beauty of the girl. And then Dhanurdas said, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that there was a procession going on here. I was so absorbed in the beauty of the eyes of this lady that I could not see. I have dedicated my life to this beauty. Everyone in this world is dedicating their life to some beauty. As I said, beauty, or beauty of wealth, or beauty of position, beauty of prestige. Everyone is married to some beauty and lifetime of dedicated work. So he said, Dhanurdas said, I am, completely enamored by the beauty of this young lady. So Ramanujacharya said, if I show you someone more beautiful than this particular eyes of this lady, then what you will do? And Dhanurdas said, if you can show me something more beautiful than these eyes, I will give my life to that beauty. He was honest, no dikhawa. And Ramanujacharya said, okay, you come in the evening time at this particular place, and I shall show you much more beauty than this, unlimitedly more beauty than this. And Dhanurdas was excited that this beauty and unlimitedly more beauty than this. And Dhanurdas came to the evening arati of Ranganath inside, right? And when Ranganath was being worshipped, Ranganath is in a dark place. And then when you put a lamp, then you can see the form of the Lord. So Dhanurdas came, and when he came, the lamp, Ramanujacharya was personally there. He saw the lamp through his form and saw the eyes of of Ranganath. And when Dhanurdas saw the eyes of Ranganath, supremely beautiful, yes, the supremely beautiful eyes, Dhanurdas, the vision was given by Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya gave that vision to Dhanurdas. And when Dhanurdas saw those beautiful eyes of Ranganath, he became overwhelmed and overpowered and started crying tears of ecstasy. And he said, my dear Ramanujacharya, I surrender to you. My life is now going to be fully dedicated to this beauty. He completely got purchased by Krishna's beauty. Right? By the mercy of Ramanujacharya. So Krishna is extremely beautiful. If we really get enchanted by Krishna's beauty, there is no other beauty which will enchant us. There's nothing else that will enchant us. But we don't get enchanted. Right? As I said, the first reason we don't get enchanted is because we have a disturbed mind. Disturbed and fearful mind. So first we need to deal with our fearful and disturbed mind specifically by the help of Guru Sadhu Shastra and fix it like Arjuna has fixed. We have to. If you don't, that will be the only rhythm that will keep flowing through our lives. After that stage crosses, then the second stage that we need to cross is the stage of doubts, samshay. We have a lot of doubts. If I surrender to Krishna, if I take shelter of Krishna, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Huh? You just do bhajan, you just dedicate your life to Krishna. What about my all other things? We have doubts. So that is why the next, after Vishwaroop, the Lord shows the Vishnu form. And what is Vishnu form doing? What is Lord Vishnu's service? Huh? Yes, he's lying down, but what is he doing lying down? What is Brahma's service? हाँ, I'm saying ब्रह्मा की क्या सेवा है? क्रिएट। शिव जी की क्या सेवा है? तो विष्णु जी की क्या सेवा है? टू मेंटेन एंड रन। दैट मीन्स इट इज लॉर्ड विष्णु हु इज रनिंग द होल यूनिवर्स। Who is running the whole universe? Every element, every living entity, who's running it? Vishnu. So when you see Lord Vishnu, you understand भगवान के पास शंख चक्र गदा पद्म। डीमन के लिए चक्र है और गदा है, और भक्त के लिए शंख और चक्र है। And Lord Vishnu is managing and maintaining everything. So when you understand Lord Vishnu, you understand his greatness, and also the Lord is extremely Saumya, the Vishnu, right? So there is more assurance in life, right? And that's why when you worship Radha Krishna, you worship the deities. In what mood do we worship the deities? When you see the beautiful deities, how do you worship them? Yes, but how do you relate with them? How do you relate with them? How do you relate with the lordships? Yes. So you worship them. Prabhupada said, even Radha Krishna, when you worship, we are actually serving them in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan, in a mood of reverence. Though it is Radha Krishna, Braja, but you're worshipping them in mood of reverence. You're my master, you're my mistress, and I'm your servant. एक ऐश्वर्य भाव है, right? And also there is that aspect of being taken care by seeing their beautiful self, how they care for. So we're worshipping Vishnu, so we're worshipping and experiencing the peace that they are there for us, and also their beauty to charm us with their sweetness. Right? So then the second aspect a devotee has to deal, that a devotee gets assurance by Krishna's and by Lord's activities, how in all circumstances devotees are taken care by Krishna. Like if you see Braj, if you see Bhagavatam, so many calamitous situations, and Lord comes and settles everything. Isn't it? Any situation comes, Lord settles it. So we should know whatever situation or whatever uncertainty we have, the Lord will settle it. For some time you will feel desperate, but the Lord will settle it. Right? So in this way, when you get assurance of the Lord, you become fearless, and the second stage comes, you become peaceful. Right? You become peaceful. And then the Lord shows his ultimate form. And what is that form? The self same form of two-handed form of Krishna. Navayovanam. And Krishna says, this is the form even the Devatas do not get audience. Because Krishna himself coming, it's only sweetness. Sweetness. It's only sweetness. Braja Bhakti. Vrindavan Bhakti means nobody understands Krishna is God. Krishna is my lover. Krishna is my friend. Krishna is my son. Krishna is my master. A spontaneous relationship with Krishna. Just like here we have spontaneous relationship with our friends, with our children, with our lovers, with everyone. Krishna is sweetness. The ultimate aspect of absolute truth is only sweetness. You don't love Krishna because he is so great. You love Krishna because he is so lovable. There is no agenda about loving Krishna. अरे ये भगवान है इसीलिए इनको प्रेम करना चाहिए. नहीं, जब आप किसी से प्रेम करते हो उसकी पोजीशन का फिर ज्यादा कोई मायना नहीं होता. Yeah, it's Like you see Arjuna, he says, right? Arjuna says, my dear Krishna, I joked with you. I spoke words of sarcasm. Sometimes we slept on the same, bedstead, and I had my feet on you. And when Arjuna understood, "Arey, yahi to Vishwaroop hai," and then he becomes fearful. How did I do that to you? Right? And then that means when a person becomes fearless, he becomes peaceful, then he can come to a higher stage of relating Krishna with sweetness. Right? And a devotee undergoes this transformation. A devotee undergoes these transformations of his relationship with Krishna. Right? And we need to deal with all these situations by taking shelter of Krishna. So initially we take shelter of Krishna, it will make us fearless. The more we take shelter of Krishna, it will make us peaceful and clear all our uncertainties and samshaya. And then when great devotees take shelter of Krishna, it's only sweetness. There's no agenda. There's no agenda. The only agenda is, my dear Lord, I want to love and serve you. Right now, our life may not be so solid that, my dear Lord, I want to love and serve you. Yes, my dear Lord, that's my goal. But right now, I have many roles. Before the goal, I have so many roles which I need to play. But then you explore it, that even in those roles, it's only Krishna who can actually help you fulfill those roles. Right? So that is what Krishna is telling, that this beautiful form that you see of Krishna two-handed, he said this is the most difficult to behold. Right? And we hear even in the history that only in one day of Brahma, in Brahma's one day there are 1,000 Divya Yugas, and only in one Divya Yuga, that is the 28th Divya Yuga of the 7th Manvantar. One day of Brahma has 1,000 Divya Yuga. What's a Divya Yuga? Divya Yuga means Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar is double Kali Yuga, Treta is triple Kali Yuga, and Satya Yuga is 4 times. So what is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1? Count and tell me. 10. So how big is Kali Yuga? 4,32,000 years. Huh. No, 4,32 years total. 4,32,000 years. So how much is one Divya Yuga? 10 times. So 43,20,000 years. And that you multiply by 1,000. How much is that? 43,20,000 years into, and 10, okay, 10 to the power 3 is something like, I think, 432 crores. So in 432 crore years, once Krishna appears in a day of Brahma. एक ही बार कृष्ण आते हैं, स्वयं कृष्ण, वृंदावन वाला, with full sweetness. He appears only once. And that is why Krishna is telling, this form of mine is very, very rare. Even the Devatas cannot behold. In 432 crore years, in one day of Brahma, Krishna comes only once. Right? So this 1,000 is divided into 14 administrations that change of Manu. So every Manu gets how many Divya Yugas? 71. 14 into 71 is 1,000. So administration changes at the top level every 71 into 14. Sorry, every 71 Divya Yugas, the administration changes. So administration changes means what? Indra will change, Manu will change, Saptarishis will change, all the posts will change. No, Brahmaji will not change. Brahmaji will change after his 100 years. This is only one day of Brahma. इंद्र का पोस्ट चेंज होगा, सारे देवताओं का पोस्ट चेंज होगा, सारे सप्तऋषियों का पोस्ट चेंज होगा. एक मनवंतर 71 into 43,20,000 years is how much one Indra rules. Like the next Indra, कौन है? Who is the next Indra who is going to be in the post? Okay, what is the current Indra's name? His name is Purandar. अभी जो इंद्र रूल कर रहे हैं उनका नाम है पुरंदर। और नेक्स्ट कौन होंगे? भागवत में लिखा है बलि महाराज, because he wanted to become Indra. So right now Purandar is ruling. When he finishes, Bali is going to be, already the post is declared. No election, Krishna elects. And when Krishna elects, you can hang on for 71 into 43 lakh 20,000 years. Right? हाँ, मैं बताता हूँ. So, 7th Manu, his name is Vaivasvata, and 28th millennium, Krishna comes personally. And you will be amazed to know that this is that Manvantar and that Manu rule. This is what we are undergoing today, is the 7th Manu, 28th Manvantar, where Krishna comes personally in 432 crore years. 432,000, whatever, crore years. 432 crores. That means just 5,000 years ago, the self same Krishna was here. So we are talking about Vrindavan Vala Krishna. And the same Kali Yuga, after Dwapar Yuga comes, Krishna himself comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to distribute Vrindavan Krishna Prem. And we are all recipients in the parampara from Prabhupada. So we are at that juncture when the most rarest moments happen of Krishna coming down, Mahaprabhu coming down and giving us entrance to Goloka Vrindavan. We, each and every one of us, we are actually part of that history. It's extremely, we are so fortunate that it is difficult to understand. It's like, somebody who has only seen rupees. You talk about $1 trillion. After 864 crore years. But then right now we have a way to go to him. He's opened the gate right now. The gate is open for next 10,000 years. You open the door, right? So Krishna came 5,000 years ago, and after Mahaprabhu came, the gate to Goloka has been opened. It is not open all the time. He says for the 10,000 years now, 500 years have gone past, 9,500 years more, the gates are open. Before that, even if you do tapasya, penance, if the gates are closed, how do you go? But right now the gates are opened. If you do be part of the Sankirtan movement, do the sadhana bhakti, what is being taught, back home, back to Godhead. Right? This is the opportunity possible. And that's why Prabhupada is so forceful in his teachings. Because he knows, offer haathon se chhoot na paye. Right? And that's why if you read Prabhupada's books, he doesn't leave you an option not to surrender to Krishna fully. If you read his books, he doesn't give an option. Why? Because he knows the gates to Golok have been opened. Super emergency. Emergency. Right? So that's what Krishna is telling. This form of mine, O Arjun, you're beholding is the rarest of the rarest form. What I'm showing you may look so ordinary, but that's sweetness personified, the rarest form. So Arjun, behold my Saumya form. Right? Even when Mother Devaki, when she had Krishna took birth, first Krishna appeared as 400 Vishnu form. A baby Krishna with 400 Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Mother Devaki said, "Oh Krishna, oh my son, you have come with the 400 form. Kamsa will come to know that you have come. Please become normal so that I can hide you." That means the Vatsalyata of Devaki is so much that the greatness of the Lord is concealed. She's saying, "Oh, you have appeared Vishnu." But she's out of her affection and, spontaneous love. Devaki says, "But my dear Lord, you can get into trouble." She's not saying, "Oh, my dear Lord, you have come to relieve us from the trouble." You see Devaki and Vasudev. Devaki is not saying हम जेल में हैं, हमारे 6 बच्चे बेरहमी से हमारी आंखों के सामने मारे गए. Oh Lord, you have come. Now relieve us. Yes, my dear Lord, you can get into trouble. Become normal, we'll hide you. Right? So that devotional service, is not by fear. That devotional service is way high as we are talking, understanding the Lord and being so sweetly connected in relationship. And then the Lord appears as a Saumya, two-handed form, little baby Krishna. Yes. And then obviously the baby Krishna says, I want to go to Braj, take me. And and Vasudev takes him to Vrindavan, exchanging with Yogamaya, that way. So we see that the Lord actually is the source of the Vishnu form and the source of the Vishwaroop form, like that. So Prabhupada and Krishna are concluding in the final, okay, having understood this science, what should we do? The first thing he says, by undivided devotional service, I can be understood as I'm standing before you and you can see me directly. And only in this way you can enter in the mysteries of my understanding. So, what kind of devotional service Krishna says? Undivided. What do you mean by undivided? This is only Lord. In our heart, there are divisions. You may say 4 chambers are there. No, not that. हमारे हृदय में बहुत सारे भाग बटे हुए हैं. मेरा so and so, मेरे so and so, this. And Krishna also maybe have a small slice. So Krishna says, नहीं, इतने कम में नहीं बिकूंगा मैं. ठाकुर जी बोलते हैं, anyone who has a heart, you may be a beggar, or you may be like the richest person. The price that Krishna wants from you is undivided devotional service. पूरा दिल मुझे देना पड़ेगा. प्रेम किससे करोगे? सिर्फ मुझसे. Right? Just like a wife and husband. The husband would want wife should only love me. Right? Will the husband be satisfied if the wife says, no, I have some boyfriends also, so I have some part sharing? Then will the husband commit his life? No. When the husband sees that the wife is fully committed to me, Mamekam Sharanam Aham Tvam Sarva Pape Mokshe Swami, I will give my life to you. And same with the wife. When she knows the husband is completely committed to me in love, she has full commitment. But when she realizes, no, my husband has some other people also. And each of us, isn't it very interesting? We may not offer undivided love to Krishna, but we expect those who love us that they should give undivided love to us. Yes or no? Do you get satisfied without getting undivided love? We need full, right? He said full नहीं है तो फिर संबंध में मजा नहीं. Right? So कृष्ण भी तो हमारी तरह है ना, हम कृष्ण की तरह हैं, सॉरी. तो कृष्ण भी बोल रहे हैं, तो कृष्ण क्या गलत बोल रहे हैं अनडिवाइडेड के लिए? कृष्ण ही इज बीइंग what we are, because we are come from Krishna. So what is Krishna saying? देखो भाई, मुझसे प्रेम कैसे करना पड़ेगा? पूरे दिल से. So if you commit to me undivided love, then when you commit to me with that undivided love, you can understand me and you can understand my mysteries. Unless you love me, you cannot know me. So how to know Krishna? You have to love him. If someone loves you, you'll reveal everything about yourself. Any other way people can know you? How can they know the passwords and the lock codes? right? So Krishna is saying only by undivided devotional service, and Prabhupada is teaching us that how do we cultivate this undivided devotional service? Yes, so Prabhupada said, how do we cultivate undivided devotion? We take shelter of the Guru Parampara and the spiritual master. And the spiritual master trains us in this undivided love. He says, ऐसे भक्ति करना है, कृष्ण के साथ प्रेम करना है, हरि नाम करना है, कृष्ण के बारे में जानना है, गीता भागवत पढ़ना है, कृष्ण के जो स्पेशल डेज हैं वो त्योहार को मनाना है, एकादशी को मनाना है. ऐसे different ways of inducing our love towards Krishna. If you see, bhakti is all about inducing our love to Krishna. Right? Prabhupada gives an example. In the olden times, people would get married when they were children. Right? Prabhupada said, पहले के ज़माने में बच्चों में शादी हो जाती थी. जैसे कि लड़की 5 साल की है, लड़का 7 साल की है, शादी हो जाती थी. पर वो साथ में नहीं रहते थे. निर्णय हो जाता था कि ये वर और वधू हैं. And then every 6 months, the husband will come to the girl's house, the wife's house. And the little girl, 5-year, 6-year-old, बोलेंगे, अरे, dress up properly, put your ghungat, your husband is coming. And for the girl, it's like child play. पति आ रहे हैं. And you should serve the husband. And he's 7-year-old, she's 5-year-old. It's a play, right? It will be like a play. And then says, ye mere pati hain. And then still, because the parents are saying, you serve, you deal. But slowly, you will see every year, every 6 months, when the bride keeps coming and the bridegroom keeps meeting, a little impression starts coming in the heart कि ये मेरे पति हैं. और पति को impression आ जाता है ये मेरी पत्नी है. मेरे जीवन में कोई पुरुष है तो ये है. और उस व्यक्ति को पता, और पति को पता चलता है मेरे जीवन में कोई स्त्री है, ये है. They have not yet become matured. Actually, it would happen in many places. Prabhupada says, so the consciousness, like the क्या बोलते हैं, वो जो chastity and loyalty जो बोलते हैं ना, वो तब से चालू हो जाती है जब से आपकी maturity भी नहीं है. And at a time when the girl becomes mature and the boy becomes grown up, then they stay together. And that love becomes more fructified. But then you see, the point is that love has been undivided. It's not that you look at every girl, you look at every boy, and you divide. किसको दिल दूं, किसको जुबा दूं. He said this is a process of developing love. And he says such families where the love is so conservatively preserved and grown, such relationships, they last a lifetime. And the wife feels so much separation from the husband. When the husband leaves, the wife prefers to sit on the funeral pyre, because the fire of separation is more painful than the fire that burns. So the wife, because of that deep attachment of 70 years, 80 years, it is not an attachment just from the marriage, it's the attachment from the very beginning. He says, how can I exist? My life's existence is because I have some service. And if I have no service, then what's my life? She's clueless. Yes. Because when the fire of separation is greater than the funeral fire, then there is sati. But if the funeral fire is more heat than the fire of separation, that means fire of separation है ही नहीं, तो funeral fire ज़्यादा है, then no need of sati. That's how undivided love was established. So Prabhupada says, similarly, under the tutelage of parampara, we are supposed to cultivate our love for Krishna systematically, as the Guru is training us. You know, so at this point of time, the love may not sprout, but the sadhana will sprout. Yes, अच्छा लगे या नहीं लगे, ये मेरे पति हैं. So right now telling Krishna as our pati may be like a child play. अंदर से कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, but बाहर से फॉर्मेलिटी लग रहा है. बट धीरे धीरे आप देखेंगे ईयर आफ्टर ईयर दैट फॉर्मेलिटी बिकम्स मोर स्ट्रेंथेंड. 5 years before, for me, Krishna, who was he? And 5 years after, Krishna is something to me. And maybe another few years, Krishna is more and more. So this aspect of doing all the sadhana bhakti is to induce our love for Krishna. Right? And it works. This is how the love is generated. So if you follow the Guru Parampara's mandate and of how do we engage our work, engage our family, engage our talent, engage our manasa, kaya, vacha, and do our sadhana bhakti. Because all of us, we cannot 24 hours do sadhana bhakti. We have time for chanting, time for reading, time for association, and the rest of the time we design our life to do everything for Krishna by following the rules of Krishna. So like that, slowly, Krishna says in the conclusion, if you perform devotional service free from contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation. What does it mean by fruitive activity? मुझे क्या मिलेगा? नो एजेंडा. भगवान की भक्ति और सेवा कैसे करनी है? बिना अपेक्षा के. In relationships, if people love you because they want something from you, is that love? That's business. That's business. So with Krishna, Krishna doesn't want business. He said, बहुत ग्राहक है वैसे. मुझे undivided चाहिए और no agenda. So that's why it says no fruitive mentality. And second, no mental speculation. मतलब mental speculation means looking for peace. We look for enjoyment and we look for peace. मैं शांति के लिए आपकी भक्ति नहीं कर रहा हूँ. मुझे शांति नहीं चाहिए, मजा नहीं चाहिए, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. आपकी सेवा में माथा भी दर्द दे, आपकी भक्ति करूँगा. आपकी सेवा में हो सकता है मुझे लोग सोसाइटी इंसल्ट करे कि क्या भाई पागल हो गया तू, फिर भी करूँगा. राइट? मान हो अपमान हो, प्रभु आपसे हो गया अभी, दुनिया क्या बोले चलेगा अपने को. So no problem of peace. Right? He says, so you don't love me for peace, you don't love me for expectations. So why do you love me? He says, you love me. You love me, you work for me, you make me your only goal, and you are friendly to everyone. Why? Because everyone is Krishna's part and parcel. So if you love Krishna, they say, love me, love my dog. I'm not sure. You understand what I'm saying? Love my dog. That means if you want to love somebody, फिर उसके कुत्ते से भी आपको प्रेम करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो उसका कुत्ता है. जितना प्रेम आप उसके कुत्ते को जताओगे, that is how much you love me. So you will be friendly to everyone because you know that, ये कृष्ण की संतान है, इसको मैं प्रेम दिखाऊंगा तो मेरा मैटर सॉल्व हो जाएगा. So the more you love Krishna, the more you will love everyone. The less you love Krishna, we will not feel friendly with everyone. जितना हम कृष्ण से प्रेम करेंगे, सबसे मित्रता बढ़ेगी. राइट? मित्रता जेन्युइन बढ़ेगी. तो कृष्ण इज टेलिंग, और कृष्ण इज सेइंग अनडिवाइडेड चाहिए पहले, जैसे मैंने आपको कहा, चाइल्ड मैरिजेस, एंड देन कल्टिवेट slowly from sadhana to spontaneity. एंड प्रेम कैसा होना चाहिए? नो हिसाब किताब, नो शांति का डिमांड, सिर्फ तुम्हारे प्रेम में. और सही में जीवन में फुलफिलमेंट तभी मिलता है जब आप प्रेम में खुद को दे देते हो. राइट? Even in this world, if not for Krishna, even to conduct in this world, if you don't give yourself to others in love, you cannot feel even normal happiness. Yes or no? You cannot feel normal happiness. And that is why today people have forgotten spiritual life. And because people have forgotten spiritual life, they have also forgotten social life. Social life is a subset of spiritual life. But when spiritual life is unknown, doing social life properly will also become difficult. How to do a family, how to do friendships, how to conduct in this world, people will not know genuinely. Yes, because the same principles apply here also. Your spiritual, हाँ, सोशल लाइफ कर रहे हैं बट उसमें कितना फुलफिलमेंट उनको हो रहा है, कितना फुलफिलमेंट हो रहा है, साथ में है, सडनली देख रहे हैं कि झगड़े हो रहे हैं, हाँ, संबंधों में कला कला हो रहा है, दिल दुख रहे हैं, अपनों अपने पराये हो रहे हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि बुनियाद गलत है. विदाउट कृष्ण फाउंडेशन नथिंग इज गोइंग टू स्टैंड द टेस्ट ऑफ टाइम. वो बिखरेगा. कितना भी आप बुद्धि लगा के चीजों को साथ में रखो, कृष्ण का धागा जो सबको कनेक्ट करता है वो मिसिंग है. जब तक आप रखोगे ऐसे रहेगा, छोड़ोगे गया. तो हर चीज की बुनियाद कृष्ण ही है. सो फ्रॉम स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ कम्स फ्रेंडली रिलेशनशिप्स एंड सोशल लाइफ. Without spiritual life in the foundation of our society, it's not. You'll see earlier times temples used to be the center of our civilizations. Today are temples the center of civilizations? No. Parties, pubs, bars, this, that is central of civilization. So what's going to be our civilization? Similar, right? So people want stability without Krishna. It is not going to work. Because only Krishna is Sutre Manigana Eva. He is the underlying thread which holds everything. Right? That is how Prabhupada said the only problem in this world is lack of Krishna consciousness. The wars that are going on now is not the problem. They have always been going on from Satyuga, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. The problem is lack of Krishna consciousness. Once that's replenished, everything will become auspicious.